South Sudan actually has a lot of African people and Middle Eastern. Their culture, their food is also a mix between Middle Eastern and African food, which is also very common among African tribes. We might notice a lot of African countries like to eat their main course side with a side dish called fufu. It's like a very squishy, slimy flour, and then you just grab a handful of it, which they don't use any utensils. You grab a handful of it, dip it in like pork sauce or beef sauce, and get some rice, and you just eat it like that. Oh, hi everybody. I'm here to share with you 4 countries that's considered underrated and less well known to the world. Every one of them have their own unique culture. Number 1 is Nauru. It's the most underrated country. It only has 10,000 residents and 200 tourists per year. It has a lot of beautiful beaches and landscapes that you can go check out. Okay, number 2 is Bhutan. Bhutan is located in between India and China. It has its own unique culture. In its way, it's built up with multiple temples, but it's not exactly Chinese or Indian. It's like a blend of both cultures, and its cuisine is really delicious. This is a very environmentally friendly country where people recycle and keep the environment clean, and also there are heavy fines for people that litter. They do everything naturally, and they also encourage people to save energy. That's another country you want to go check out. Hi everyone! We're with BTV Travel, and today I'm really honored to invite Jane to our show, and she's also a third cultural kid. So I bet it also comes with a lot of benefits. So what are some of the blessings that third cultural kids bring to the table?
I'm really happy about having had the opportunity to have lived in different places and experienced different cultures. And those challenges that I describe, I believe makes me a better person now that I've sort of come with those. You know, it's very easy for me to walk into a room and just be able to talk to people because I don't have the barriers around different cultures, how to communicate with different people.
Okay, number 3 is Turkistan. Is also very unique. It has its own unique civilization, so you can really go check out that country. And also, I noticed their outfits are very exquisite and very unique. It's a little bit of blend between an Aboriginal culture and like East European culture. So some of its fabric and patterns looks a little bit like the Jasmine from the Disney princess, but then it also has very beautiful jewelries and some other texture and beauty that's from Eastern Europe. So it's actually a very unique type of clothing that people wear in Turkistan. Number 4 is definitely South Sudan. It is commonly known for tourism. South Sudan actually has a lot of, believe it or not, they have a lot of African people and Middle Eastern. Their culture, their food is also a mix between Middle Eastern and African food, which is also very common among African tribes. We might notice a lot of African countries like to eat their main course side with a side dish called fufu. It's like a very squishy, slimy flour, and then you just grab a handful of it, which they don't use any utensils. You grab a handful of it, dip it in like pork sauce or beef sauce, and get some rice, and you just eat it like that, which is also very delicious.
Africa is huge. Like, really, really huge. The land masses of the US, China, India, the UK, and Japan could all fit on the continent, with room to spare. Cramming the cuisines of 54 countries together under the umbrella term African food is pretty imprecise. Here are a few dishes that show off the flavor of each region. Tagine mixes indigenous North African flavors with European and Arabian influences. A spice mix called Ras El Hanout brings the fire to this intense stew, softened by the sweetness of cinnamon and dried fruit. Jollof is a comfort dish popular in West Africa. Rice boils in a pot along with whole tomatoes, tomato paste, onions, and blazing Scotch bonnet peppers. It's a jambalaya-like meal all its own, But it's even better when served with yassa, a spicy dish of succulent meat with caramelized onions, lemons, and mustard. If a city outside of Africa only has one African restaurant, it's likely that restaurant serves Ethiopian food. Dorawat, a slow-simmered stew of chicken and eggs made with fiery bearberry, is one of the many earthy East African stews made to be sponged up with torn-off pieces of injera bread. Cooked far from coasts and ports, Central African cuisine is made using nearby whatever ingredients are native to the region. Fufu, a gooey, doughy ball of pounded cassava root, serves as an edible utensil for scooping up spicy stews and peppery soups. Sometimes called the rainbow cuisine, South African dishes blend European, Asian, and indigenous flavors, and nothing better harmonizes these flavors than the national dish, baboorti, a moussaka-like casserole of minced meat, curry leaves, and golden brown baked eggs.
You can introduce your podcast to everybody and what you do for the TCK community.
Sure, thank you. So yes, I've recently started a podcast series called People Like Us, which is speaking with other TCKs about our experiences of growing up and how that's impacted our lives going forward. And I work as a coach. I'm a TCK, and I help adult TCKs to leverage their TCK experience to find your place in the world.
Wow, that's amazing. We need more people like you in our world.
For sure.
Yeah, so wow, thank you for taking this interview.
Thank you so much.
Be sure to check out these 4 unique countries in the future. Thanks for watching.